Well, why don't you put it onto the block?
I don't know. It's not working.
This is really important.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's fluttering back there. Awesome.
What's flattering?
Fluttering. Cool. I don't know, what's the humidity? So slightly oversized?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm doing it. And it's not as easy as he made it like telling me that. That's way too long.
Yeah, you can move it down if you want. If it's too long. If it's too short, you can't do anything about it.
Can you tell me all that again?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to nip it?
Yeah, because you have bound fingerboard.
Right.
The frets have to sit on top of the
You start
bottom
with the
of
longest
set.
ones, just in case you go too short. You can swap them.
It should be fine. You want that the tang of the fret with the barbs almost as far as you can out, because you want it held down at the end of the frets, right?
Right. So, how do you choose where to go on the first side?
I don't know. I usually go about that much. I don't know.
Like 2 tangs in,
Yeah, I guess depends
and then it goes
where
in
your
this
first
way?
tang starts. The tang, yeah, that's right. And you have to kind of hold it other direction, this way, yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna suck that.
Like that?
Yeah. Now, how does it look underneath? Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
So
You'll have to
then
file it after, anyways.
I figured out where to cut
Yeah.
on this so that it's, so if I went to that third tang there,
Yeah,
That'd
you
be
want to
great.
go. You want to go a little bit further because you don't want
past the third
you don't want
tang.
the tangs hitting the
Okay.
bindings
Yeah,
because they could hang up and not go down. You know?
tang up, they could tang up.
Tang up, tang up.
We'll go about there.
Okay, the next is you gotta file the. You cut the tang off, but now there's still like bits sticking out, right? You don't want that sitting on the binding, especially if you have a finish on the edges, like a film finish. You don't, but
Right.
that'll chip the finish. So you want to file the rest of that off. So I just have a few little boards with grooves so that the crown of the fret sits in it. So the crown of the fret sits in this groove, and I can use a file to just file the rest of that tang off. Now you don't want to change the shape of the crown, so I'm going to be making sure that I'm not tipped that way or this way, or the fret isn't tipped that way or that way. But basically I just go until I can see scratches across the whole bottom, and right back to where I cut it. So that's good there.
Good.
Actually, maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
Alright.
So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Make sure you do both sides.
Make sure you do both sides.
And then get them in the block. And
Like I've ever made mistakes like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you always want to keep the support on where you're hammering.
Okay, keep support underneath where I'm hammering.
Yeah. And then you take your fret.
Take my fret.
And then you want to double check that it's not too long. The tang's not too long.
Double check tang.
And you're gonna want to hold it upright. Be careful it's not tipped sideways.
Right.
And start at one end.
Okay.
And then work your way over to the other end. Just like I usually sort of glaze over the top, the middle. Like don't worry about the middle too much.
Okay.
And actually I usually try to hold that first part that you hammered down.
Okay.
Down. There. And you want to make sure that the ends are down and nice and tight.
Does that look tight enough?
Yeah, looks good. You might have a little bit space right there. Try hammering right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, perfect. You got it. So that's it. Just gotta go up the fretboard. Oh, one thing I forgot to do on mine, and you don't have to do it, but because I've got only a little bit of wood here,
Yeah.
I have to file the nubs off the barbs off in the middle just so it doesn't
Right.
push that out and bust out that chunk of wood. You want to file this back into the wood a bit. Believe it or not, you want to bevel that wood a bit. And then that gives you a little bit more room for if the guitar dries out. Sorry, when the guitar dries out. You just climb it.
Permanent marker so we can see the tops.
Yeah, and now what about the other bit? Having a great Sunday, bud. Make sure your block is perfectly flat. And you want to barely touch, actually you don't even want to touch the first fret, and the second fret you barely touch it, because then that gives a little bit more ramp up to the nut, I guess.
Alright.
Okay. Want to get all the frets. Not everything. Yeah, so got all the tops. That's good, you just. If there was a high fret, you'd notice it now because you're sanding more into one fret than the other frets. Now this is where a lot of guitar makers seem to spend too much time, I think, because this crowns the frets just as opposed to like taking a file. And right now there's barely anything taken off the top.
Right.
If I go like this with fine grit sandpaper, this is 1200 grit, I'm sanding the top off there, or rounding the
Top.
that top a little bit. And 1200 grit, you're not going to change the height of the fret with that, right? That's that, and then I chase it with
Micro
mesh, yeah. Which 3600 grit, which polishes it up to a high gloss, like that. Oh, and you can do the corners with micro mesh. You can do it with 1200 grit, but micro mesh is probably just kind of a little bit. If you notice it's a little bit more jagged, then I try to avoid the fret ends looking like little sausages.
Yeah.
But that's pretty easy to do rather than that top edge. Some people pay extra money for semi-hemispheric sausage fret ends, but
Yeah. Oh, you got it so rounded. Alright, so I asked Zach I should take a little bit of this shine off this, and he said he would. So what choice do I have? So here I go. Wait, it's got like coppery stuff underneath it too.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far there? All right, here I go. Test is about to be revealed. There you go. It's definitely looking a lot darker.